What if I told you that one cup of coffee could save a life? Hard to believe? Then meet Antonio. Antonio was using drugs and alcohol as a method for dealing with mental illness. 18 years ago, he got sober and found himself alone and homeless, estranged from his family. One day, Antonio walked into Coast for a cup of coffee. That first cup of coffee led to another, and one day, he stayed for lunch. Your donation subsidizes the 550 hot lunches that are served at the clubhouse and mental health resource center every day. And you know that the hot lunch program is about more than just food. It's about familiar faces and friendly smiles, routine, warmth, safety, community in an otherwise homeless existence. On the day Antonio was ready for a home of his own, Coast was there. Coast found him an apartment in supportive housing. Today, Antonio lives independently. A mental health worker is available to him 24/7. A home was an enormous step forward for Antonio. A step too far for many of those managing mental illness. Your donation pays for outreach workers who are on the hard streets of Vancouver, reaching out to those in need, working tirelessly to get people off the street. Given the chance, they can have someone who is homeless off the street and into housing with a welfare check in hand in less than 8 hours. 8 hours! For most of us, our work defines us. But when you're managing a mental illness, finding work is an enormous challenge. With his own apartment and some stability in his life, Antonio was ready to go to work. He completed Coast's transitional employment program, where he learned how to do temporary, paid work in entry-level positions, like Goodbye Graffiti, a Coast employment partner where Clubhouse member Dave started working 6 months ago.
I cannot wait to get to work in the morning.
Today, Antonio is a full-time peer support worker. He is a successful mentor and source of support for Coast clients, teaching others to use public transport or work on a computer or do their laundry. The Coast Mental Health Resource Center has washers and dryers that are free of charge for their clients, because without clean clothes, it's hard to socialize, hard to connect with others, and almost impossible to get a job. Peer support programs are proven to significantly accelerate the recovery of those with mental illness. Today, over 10,000 people are helped through the Coast Peer Support Program. Antonio found the strength to help others because you cared enough to support Coast. So what did it take to save Antonio's life? Antonio has a daughter that he hasn't seen since she was 3 years old. They recently reconnected on Facebook. What did it take? For Antonio and his 18-year journey to recovery, finding his daughter is his greatest achievement. What did it take? Just a few weeks ago, for the first time in 27 years, his daughter called him Papa.
Hola, Papa.
Hola.
What did it take? And still, life had another surprise for Antonio. Antonio is a grandfather.
Hola, abuelito.
Hola, mijo, ¿cómo está?
What did it take?